Big Dog, 97.9. Let's begin.
We start with our first laugh. Pete Holmes talking about paper shredders and his dad going deaf.
Just bought a paper shredder. I love it. Shred everything. Receipts, the manual. I love that the paper shredder even came with a manual. Because that's the first to go. I couldn't motivate myself to read the manual for a paper shredder. I just plugged in the shredder, put in the manual. Like, if this doesn't shred, I'll read it. I was just home. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I went home to visit my family. Yeah, Boston, sure. Visiting my family. My dad is going deaf. He's in his 70s. He's going deaf. But, you know, the kind of deaf you can make fun of. Not like sad deaf, like stubborn, old Bostonian deaf. Every time I go home, I'm like, Dad, just get a tiny hearing aid. It's the size of a pea. No one will see. Everybody will be able to hear. You'll be able to hear us again. We'll be able to talk again. This is literally what my dad said. He goes, "What could you be saying?" And then resumed watching Jeopardy on 100.
Its thing until the instruments on board cool down enough.
Too hot. We got an overheated telescope here.
Yep. It finally happened the other day.
Uh-huh.
The last part they were waiting on was something called the mid-infrared instrument.
Oh, sounds important.
And it's now the temperature they were hoping for.
Great.
450 degrees below zero.
Oh, it couldn't be warmer than that to operate?
Yeah.
I know it's cold up there. I do.
So
I didn't know that. It's amazing that we can build something that has to be that temperature in order to work.
Right.
That's amazing.
In other space news, astronomers spotted the largest comet ever seen, about twice the size of Rhode Island.
Damn, that's
But
big.
luckily, it should miss us by about 1 billion miles. So we're good.
Still close, but I think we'll be okay.
I think in space terms, billion's probably fairly close.
I think it is. I think it's like just a bit outside. Just a bit outside.
A NYU student found near-death experiences don't really have much in common with hallucinations. So maybe they're real. Or something else weird is going on in our brain.
No. Yeah, there is something else weird going on in your brain. Take some sort of psychoactive drug that makes you see things. I don't know that I've ever had a near-death experience that I would assume is the same as a hallucination. I don't know. Maybe it happens and it's just so hallucinations are all just fear, maybe, I guess.
A study in Harvard found just deep breathing can help fight off a virus.
Oh.
And here's a cool stat for you.
Uh-huh.
You'll take more than 600 million breaths in your lifetime.
If you're lucky.
Yes.
Not to be
At
so
least.
cold and dark here, but, on average.
And lastly, a team in England has managed to rejuvenate a 53-year-old woman's skin cells, so they are now equivalent to a 23-year-old skin.
Oh, my gosh. What's Maybelline and all those places going to do now?
Market whatever this is and sell it.
Nah. For at least 20 or 30 years, they'll be good because this will only be for rich folks for a while.
Well, yes. That's the way it all is. So a 53-year-old woman's skin cells are now a 23-year-old's.
That's pretty dang impressive. If only they can figure out the things for us that we have problems with. Because I don't care about wrinkles. But, like the old man saggy ball problem. Can we figure that out? Work on that next.
Need a lift?
Something that's not a bra. Can you make my skin like...
I need a lift and a tuck, please. Or
The morning BJ. Jules is here for that. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
morning.
Hello. What do we got?
A sheep, a drum, and a snake fall off a cliff. Ba-dum-ts.
He's looking at it. Wheels still turning.
The sheep, ba,
Sheep.
dum,
Ba,
drum.
ba.
I got it.
right. Thank you, Jules.
You're listening to the Chris Purple Hayes and Bobby Show.
Big Dog 97.9. Baseball season. It's back. Now, here I was on there talking about how it's just like so mad at the Major League Baseball for doing the strike. They do that stupid shift thing, which I saw get beat.
Yeah.
By accident.
Well,
but it worked out.
Whatever.
But I went to the Royals over the weekend on Saturday.
The guy who was all anti-baseball a few weeks ago, he's the first one of us to go to a baseball game.
But it was all last minute. It was one of those, like, literally had to rush to get around like 30 minutes before to make it to the game. Mm-hmm. Made it to the game just in time. Had good seats, except for the seating arrangements.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, but watching the game, I forgot just how fun watching a Major League Baseball game in person. That is what baseball, and the other thing, I don't know what they're doing to speed up the game. I don't know if it had anything to do with it, but that was a 3-hour game. It felt like I just got there.
No.
And then the game was over.
That's, I think, the difference that nobody's ever talked about in this whole we got to speed up the game thing. You ever wanted one to be over faster when you're in person?
No.
And I think they're roughly the same length. That they might be a little bit longer than they used to be. I know they are a little bit longer than they used to be. Right. I think a lot of them have been ending in about 3 hours this year, and I don't know what they're doing either, but that's one of the deals when you're there. I've never thought this needs to hurry up when you're in person. When you're on TV, it's different.
It was like 7th inning, almost 8th inning, and I'm like, the game is almost over. It's only been 2 hours.
You had fantastic seats. He's like 3 or 4 rows behind the dugout. I've seen all these pictures.
It was fun.
And you had a buddy.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
The guy sitting next to us.
Is there anything that can ruin a baseball game quite like this?
Seats are tight.
Yeah.
But there's 2 open seats next to him.
Uh-huh.
Did he ever move over? No. At one point, he's like, hey, I'm not trying to hit on you or anything, but I'm going to put my arm around you. and it's like, at that point, what do? No.
You snuggle into his chest, see if that weirds him out enough to move over. I don't know.
There's 2 open seats next to him that he could have went after like the 3rd or 4th inning. They're not showing up.
Yes. And if they do, whatever, I'll move back to my seat.
He could have went over 1 seat. Did he? No.
I'm the opposite of that guy. If I have the opportunity to spread out until somebody shows up, I'm going to. If they're not there in the first, I'm moving over a little bit.
I would have.
If they get there late, fine. I'll move back to the seat I purchased. Not this fella.
Nope. The whole game.
9 innings of you.
9 innings.
Shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder to shoulder. Knee to knee.
Arm around you.
And, of course, the cup holder thing, to hold the beers, like, to the left, which was to the left of me, to him.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, I almost have to brush his knee every time because his knee is right there, like, hitting the cup. That was the only negative.
Yeah.
There was way more positives than negatives, though.
Yeah, but those negatives stand out a little bit.
That was the negative.
It's one of the perks of
the one line, though.
You know why you bought good seats?
I'm not hitting on you, but I will put my arm around you right now.
That's great. You got to buy the upper deck at the Royals game. You got less chance of somebody sitting right next to you up there.
Oh, yeah. There was some open seats up there.
You can spread out a little bit.
But they won. So I decided I've now got to go to every home game.
Are y'all ready, kids?
Ha! What a dumbass.
Dumbass.
What the hell's your problem, you dumbass?
What a dumbass.
Great moment there, dumbass.
So a man in the UK was messing around with the new laser pointer that he had bought last November.
Okay.
And he thought it'd be pretty funny and check it out to point it at a helicopter that was flying above him.
Bad idea.
Yeah, not good. But it turns out it was a police helicopter that was trying to help find a missing person.
Oh. Oh, no.
The crew noticed the light beam, and they were distracted enough that they flagged the home it was coming from.
Okay.
Some officers went to investigate, and the guy admitted to flashing the laser pointer, claimed that he didn't know it was dangerous or a crime. But it is.
Yeah.
But then the cops noticed something else. There was some drug paraphernalia.
It just...
They returned with a warrant. They discovered cannabis, cocaine, MDMA, and there were some scales, some evidence that the man was a dealer, not a user.
Mm-hmm.
He was dealing.
Yeah. Scales.
There was incriminating messages and photos on his phone. The man recently pleaded guilty to drug trafficking and drug possession charges and was sentenced to juvenile detention for a little over 2 years because he was 20. He has now since turned 21.
Still I guess juvenile in?
Maybe in the UK if you're not 21.
It's the UK.
Yeah.
I don't know how things work in the UK, but when you are here and you're using or dealing, you do everything you can not to draw attention to yourself.
Well, that's supposed to be the plan.
Yep. You don't shine laser pointers at helicopters.
No matter how much you know how cool the laser pointer is.
You dumbass.
What a dumbass.
For many, today marks the end of a long, painful process. For others, today, it's just the beginning. You can find out which one you're landing on today's list.
Okay.
Top 6 signs you submitted a problematic tax return.
Oh, no.
Top 6 signs you've submitted a problematic tax return. Number 6, for occupation, you wrote, when it's you, Mr. Nosy.
Okay.
Number 5, your list of dependents included Mr. Whiskers.
Well, just be real, man. That guy isn't pulling his weight around the house. He's not buying any food.
Number 4, it's written on the back of a wet napkin. Number 3, under taxable income, you put too much cash to count, bro. Number 2, more than one box features the phrase "D's nuts."
Yeah, that might be a problem.
Top 6 signs you've submitted a problematic tax return. Number 1, in the section marked donations, you just say sperm.
Well, that's probably a write-off in reality. I don't know.
Could be. There's your top 6 list today.
You're listening to the Chris Purple Hayes and Bobby Show.
Big Dog, 97.9. There are 3 kinds of people in the world. Those who want a birthday party at work, those who don't, and those who really don't. Like, seriously, guys, no. No. I'm serious.
Downright scared of it, if you will.
Because most people that say they don't want a birthday, they still enjoy it and they'll like it. They just don't want a big deal.
Yeah,
There are other people, apparently like this guy, that mean it. Apparently, this guy in Kentucky named Kevin asked the then employer, Gravity Diagnostics, not to celebrate his birthday because he says he has an anxiety disorder and it would trigger a panic attack. The company decided to ignore him. They threw a party for him over lunchtime anyway.
You will have a party and you will like it.
Naturally, he got very upset.
Yeah.
He did have a panic attack and left to have lunch in his car.
Really? It's not such a panic attack he couldn't eat, it sounds like.
The higher-ups confronted him about his reaction. He freaked out again, which caused another panic attack.
Okay.
And a few days later, they fired him.
Wow.
Because of his reaction to said birthday parties.
You didn't like your party enough.
Yeah. If you didn't like your party, fired.
You're fired.
Kevin then decided to sue the company. Now a juror has awarded him $450,000.
Best birthday ever.
$150,000 for lost pay, $300,000 for emotional distress, deciding that he suffered an adverse employment action because of the anxiety disability. Now, for the record, the company stands by the firing, claiming that Kevin became unstable and they were protecting other employees in the event he got violent.
Okay.
But he also said, don't throw one.
Yeah, don't do this.
Don't do it. It'll cause bad reaction.
And it's not like it's a necessary part of work. This is not just a part of the job.
I'm
It's a
torn here.
birthday. Yeah.
Because it's one of those things. He's like the Hulk. He just freaked out, and they're
Didn't
worried.
have panic attacks. I don't think.
That's a panic attack.
The Hulk?
Yeah, he's having a panic attack.
The Hulk is not having a panic
He's
attack.
getting stressed, and he.
I thought a panic attack was a little more like paper bag.
I think there's different types.
A little more than.
Well, he said he could have came violent, so that's why I was thinking the Hulk.
Yeah.
The other side is the fact could just have ruined birthday parties for everybody.
I'd say that's what it is, for sure. Congratulations, Kevin. Nobody will ever have a work birthday party ever again.
But at the same time, he said, don't do it. Please don't do it because it'll cause these issues. And he told him up front what he was having. Don't do this because of these reasons. They did it anyway, and then he got upset, so they fired him. I don't think they should. I mean, it's their fault for throwing it.
I think you.
I'm torn. I don't know where to go. On
Firing seems like an extreme deal. Like, I want to see what he reacted like as he was trying to eat his sandwich in his car.
The Hulk. I'm telling you, that's what happened. He turned into the Hulk.
Grabbed one of those guys by the necktie.
I told you no. Big Dog 97.9, Jack in the Box selling a shake called the Pineapple Express. They are doing it for a limited time. Now, Seth Rogan has come out after hearing about it and says that it has nothing to do with the movie of the same name, the Pineapple Express. Quote, if we did a tie-in, it would be to promote those bizarre diarrhea-inducing taco things they sell.
Cat food tacos.
Apparently, Seth is not a fan of the Jack in the Box.
Well, have you ever had them?
I have not.
I think you have to be on some Seth Rogen green stuff to enjoy them. I've had them. Jack in the Box actually feels like the place you'll only go after having some Seth Rogen smoke.
Otherwise, no.
Well, yeah. Anyway.
But again, it is not a movie tie-in. Seth just wants you to know that, so we thought we'd pass that along. And now, here's Rich Glitter.
This is not headline news. Today is tax day. The IRS says the average tax refund so far is $3,263. Sadly, that'll all be gone if you fill up with gas. Wingstop has a new promotion to celebrate this week's 420. You'd think if there was a single day of the year a chicken wing business did not have to promote itself, it'd be 420. Members of Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Soundgarden formed a new band. It's called Third Secret because Grandpa Grunge was too on the nose. And Conan O'Brien turns 59 today. If you need gift ideas, try giving him a follow-up question and an original joke, since he was always in need of those. This is not headline news.
Are y'all ready, kids?
Ha! What a dumbass.
Dumbass.
What the hell's your problem, you dumbass?
What a dumbass.
Great moment there, dumbass.
Well, this would be tough to chew on, literally.
Okay.
Someone who was dressed up as the Easter Bunny handed out plastic eggs outside an elementary school in Austin last Thursday.
Right.
But instead of candy, some of the eggs contained unopened condoms.
It's the safe sex Easter Bunny.
It ended up being a parent, and school officials told them to leave. It sounds like the whole thing might have been an accident, though. Someone else with kids that goes there tried to explain what happened. Apparently, the parent of the Easter Bunny in the Easter Bunny costume was a pharmacist and had been doing an Easter-themed safe sex clinic earlier in the day. She was still in costume when she went to pick up her second grader.
Oh, no.
The kid authorities, of course, mobbed her.
Yeah, right.
Because it's the Easter Bunny.
Because it's the Easter Bunny, right.
Driving.
Yeah.
So she called her husband to bring some eggs up so she could hand them out to the kids and make everybody happy. He accidentally grabbed the wrong eggs.
He goes, yeah, here's some.
He grabbed the ones from the leftover safe sex clinic. So it sounds like she handed those out without realizing it. The school sent a letter to parents to make sure they knew that handing out condoms to little kids was not a sanctioned event, and they had nothing to do with it.
This is a rogue Easter Bunny. We didn't organize this. That's really
But it
weird.
sounds like it was all a misunderstanding.
I got a balloon. Yeah. Check it out, Mom. All right. So the dumbass in this scenario is clearly the person who went, do not go anywhere around little children dressed as a character unless you are prepared for that.
Correct.
Without question. Unless you are nude under your Easter Bunny suit, you take that sucker off before you go pick up your kid, you dumbass.
What a dumbass.
Big Dog, 97.9, point of the show. We find out what we learned on the show today. Bobby, what did you learn?
I learned that, it's possible that none of you will ever have a work birthday party again. Because one man had 2 panic attacks. Chris thinks he hulked out. Anyway, he sued and won for $450,000. And you know what that means? Every other boss is going, we can't get sued. No more birthdays here.
Yep.
Which is fine. Work birthdays are a little bit awkward anyway, but whatever. What did you learn today?
I learned that we have 3 birthday cakes in our break room today.
We do, oddly enough.
And I don't know why, because I don't think we did any birthdays.
No,
and
one of them.
I think you said one of them had the name Doug.
One of them says Doug.
And nobody in the building is named Doug.
Doug, if you're missing a birthday cake, we found it. It's in our kitchen.
Why? We don't know.
Well, Doug, scratch that, because I bet most of it's gone by this point in the day.
Yeah, I'm sure the 3 birthday cakes of all weird things showed up in our break room.
Somebody we work with knocked off a birthday this
I
weekend.
think so. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. They knocked off
some dude's retirement party or something. All right, let's share one more laugh. What do we got?
Chris Rock talking on taxes and Social Security.
It's to work $200 a week, and then they would take out $50 in taxes. That's a lot of money if you only make $200 a week, man. That's like kicking Wednesday and Thursday and eat okay? $50 a week in taxes, man. What do I get for my tax money? Get all the free street light in the world. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, give everybody a candle and give my $50 back. I hate taxes. I hate checks. I hate the fact they put 2 amounts of money on your check. You know what I mean? It's like, this the money you bust your ass all week for, and this is what you're gonna get. That's Social Security. They should ask you if you want to take that, huh? A man should come to you and say, would you like us to save money for you when you get old? Nah, I want to spend it now. You don't get the money till you're like 65. Meanwhile, the average black man dies at like 42.